The Internet. It's a global community of people and computers. It's constantly changing, growing. It's the new frontier for communicating and exchanging resources. And what it will be in the future is what you make of it today, because the Internet is all about learning. Over 10 million computers in more than 160 countries, 75 million people online, and every month, 5 million more log on, all exploring, contributing, affecting change, learning and growing together. The Internet is not just about computers and wires. It's about people, professionals, students, scientists, educators, you and me, anyone who has information to share with the world or is looking to tap into a world of information. The Internet's incredible power is, of course, tied to its nearly limitless communication and research capabilities. And what started out as a hard-to-use text-based computer network has blossomed into unbelievable graphics, sounds, and moving video. And if you know how to use a mouse, you're ready to surf. The Internet is structure without form. There are no boundaries, and it's hard to imagine the sheer scope of the network. And yet there is organization, user-friendly Internet browser software, like Netscape Communicator and Microsoft Internet Explorer, that take its enormity in stride. As a result, the Internet has an uncanny way of exciting the curiosity of anyone who uses it. But what drives all of this? Why does it exist? Well, it started back in 1957 when the US government, fearful of the Russians' sudden technology leap, having launched the first successful satellite, established the Advanced Research Projects Agency, or ARPA, to retake the world lead in science and technology. Part of ARPA's charter was to improve the practical uses of the computer, especially for defense purposes. By 1969, the year Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon, the Defense Department commissioned the ARPANET, the world's first computer network. Participants in that first network were major universities who were involved in scientific research for the government. That initial connection to education was to play an important role in the network's future. By 1973, the Allied countries, England and Norway, joined the ARPANET. 10 years later, the first desktop computer came into being, and in 1987, 4 K-12 schools signed on. By 1990, the number of computers on the network eclipsed 100,000, and having been integrated with so many non-military users, the ARPANET ceased to exist. The network officially became known as the Internet. Just 4 years later, in 1994, over 4 million computers and 24 million people were online, and schools around the world realized the educational potential of the Internet, and more than 1,000 had connected. The Internet takes a vivid and imaginative approach to education. It adds excitement and value to teaching and learning, but it's just beginning. The Internet continues to evolve as more and more people get connected. And the key to understanding it is, well, using it. So let me take you on a virtual guided tour. By the end of our online journey, you will have gained a clear understanding of both the communication and research capabilities of the Internet. Ready? Let's go. First stop, the world's first electric library. This rich website makes it possible to conduct real research over the Internet using a deep database of reliable sources. Never before has finding the information you and your students need been so fast and easy. With the electric library, anyone with an internet connection can launch a simultaneous search through hundreds of full-text newspapers, magazines, international news wires, classic books, maps, and much more. Whew, now that's what I call an in-depth database. The Encarta site is an innovative, rich online resource specially designed for educators in grades 6 through 12. Every month, the site features a timely curricular topic. Over the course of the month, the site's developers build a multidisciplinary collection of Microsoft reference facts, internet links, and learning activities related to that topic. Your students can even have their questions about the topic answered by an expert in the field. In essence, Microsoft does the fact-finding footwork and filters the internet for you. giving you access to some of the best reference and internet sources available. Are your students interested in geography? Look no farther than the MapQuest website. Here your students will be able to tie the real world to the online realm with a click of their mouse. Just enter the address of the place they're trying to find and bingo, instant map. Plus, it's as up-to-date as it gets. Do your students think they know everything in the world? Be sure they take the GeoTrivia Challenge. They'll increase their knowledge of both the geography and the history of the world, plus be eligible to win some nifty prizes. Besides doing research, the internet also gives schools the chance to travel to places a school bus could never hope to reach, like the White House. Here your students can find out about the latest goings-on Capitol Hill and take a rich, colorful tour of this famous home. Click on White House History and away you go. You'll even be able to peek into rooms the public isn't normally allowed to see. There's also an audio welcome from the president himself.
Today I want to talk with you about what our nation can do to help them.
Read a detailed account of the history of the famous inhabitants and be sure to sign the electronic guest book before you leave. Your young students will love the White House for Kids section too. Here they'll be able to take their own special tour of the White House with Socks the cat. There's even a link to information about all of the children who have called the White House home. Students of Native American architecture, music, and artifacts will find lots to love about the Great Kiva site. It contains a three-dimensional reconstruction of the dwelling, an architectural feature found in many prehistoric Anasazi communities in the southwestern United States. This particular model was created using archaeological records from an excavated kiva, which is located in Chaco Canyon in northwestern New Mexico. Appropriate for elementary and secondary students alike, your students will find lots to explore at the site. For more than a century, National Geographic has gone on assignment to bring the world some of the most exciting and authoritative scientific and educational information available anywhere. Now, the Society invites you and your students to join them on the internet at National Geographic Online. This incredible free service gives you access to exclusive content that's updated every day. Simply apply for your online passport at the homepage. Then click on the icons on the boarding pass to link directly to content-rich online articles, maps, geography quizzes, and more. Chat with Society photographers, writers, and artists, and exchange ideas with the leading scientific minds of our time. In preparation for upcoming Society expeditions, take your students to the travel area, then traverse the terrains of the latest in digital mapping from National Geographic's Cartographic Division. Their online motto says it best: explore National Geographic online and then explore the real world. Your students will love connecting to this site to see live video captures updated hourly from the Mawson Antarctic Station, an Australian scientific outpost at the bottom of the world. Visitors can also click on a link to see Mawson's location on a world map. Attention science buffs, did you know that NASA is home to the latest space science news and multimedia files? Roam the red planet with Sojourner or travel through the atmosphere in a space shuttle. The official NASA website is full of the latest images, sounds, video clips, and QuickTime virtual reality images. This is a truly interactive site with tons of interesting information and facts and figures. Just think of how your students could spice up their classroom presentations with the multimedia files found here. One of the latest online innovations is the advent of video conferencing. With software like See You, See Me, students and teachers around the world are talking face-to-face via the internet. All you need is a fast connection to the internet, a video camera, and this free software. And when you're ready to begin video conferencing, be sure to head over to the Global SchoolNet Foundation's See You, See Me Schools area. There you'll find out how to hook up with your peers, experts, and other See You, See Me pros around the world. The internet also makes it possible to audio conference. Netscape Conference, one of the latest additions to Netscape Navigator, allows you and your students to speak with internet users from around the world, no matter how fast or slow your internet connection is. Hook up with students in Europe or even South America. Cool talk and a microphone are all you need to get started. Looking to energize your lesson plans and projects with live audio? Enter Real Audio. This software works hand in hand with your internet browser to bring the latest audio files into your classroom in real time. The program will let you listen into the latest radio news bites from ABC Radio News and National Public Radio.
From National Public Radio News in Washington, I'm Carl Castle.
Very cool. The internet can also push the latest news stories right into your classroom. The Pointcast network provides real-time current news and information to anyone on the internet. PCN broadcasts personalized news, stock quotes, weather, and more over the internet directly to your computer screen, whether it's in your classroom, the media center, or your home. PCN even allows you to customize the type and amount of information that you get. Best of all, it's all available free of charge. Planning a lesson or activity that could be made more dynamic by connecting your students to individuals or a class of their peers? Here you'll find links to lists of classes seeking Key Pals from around the world. These online pen pal exchanges give students a chance to interact with other students via email. Imagine the social studies and language arts applications of this internet phenomenon. Looking to join an internet project? No matter what curriculum area you teach, the Global SchoolNet Foundation's Project Registry contains a project of interest to you and your students. Exchange weather data, write stories, or create a website centering on the history of your community. Just hunt through the site's listings by month and you'll be linked with another educator across town or in another country who's looking to start an exciting new project with you and your students. Do you and your students have a question that only a doctor can answer? This site was created to take advantage of the internet's incredible communication capabilities. It gives teachers and students unlimited access to primary care physicians, as well as medical specialists and a pharmacist. Think of it as the ultimate Ask an Expert service for health educators and students. Just type in your name, email address, and your question. You'll receive an answer in less than 48 hours. Here's a perfect online starting point for K-12 social studies teachers. Created by a school staffer in Maryland, this single site contains links to more than 1,000 online sites which contain information about African American history, Asian resources, election links, European history, and more. It's just another example of teachers helping teachers online. All of your kids' favorite Sesame Street characters are waiting at this site to be colored. The site contains a collection of coloring pages featuring the letters of the alphabet and characters from the popular children's program. Pages include A for Apple, one of Ernie's favorite treats, C for Cookie Monster, who loves crunching cookies, and E for Elmo. Best of all, a new coloring page is posted each week. After you view the picture, make a coloring page by using the print function of your internet browser. Then, set your kids loose with their crayons for hours of coloring fun. Your young students will love Yahooligans. This is the internet's first easy-to-use search tool that's just for kids. Just click on a subject area and a huge set of related links appears, which have been approved as kid-safe by the folks at Yahoo. Your students will find help for their homework, links to fun kids sites, and more. For older students, Yahoo is one of the best places to start an online journey. Just like Yahooligans, Yahoo is a subject tree listing of all of the best links the internet has to offer. There's links to sites centering on math, English, science, plus colleges, universities, and much more. Yahoo is just one of the dozens of search tools that have finally made the internet easy to use for people of all ages. Here's a great example of the up-to-date information you'll find on the internet. This site contains a population counter, which is reloaded and updated in your web browser every 30 seconds. How does the clock change in those short 30 seconds? A net increase of 111 human beings. Wow! An excellent site that'll get your students thinking about the growing problem of overpopulation in an entirely new way. Millions of immigrants have made the United States one of the most multicultural nations on the planet. From the time Ellis Island opened in Upper New York Harbor in 1892 to the time it closed in 1954, it served as the portal for the vast majority of new immigrants. And now you and your students can learn more about this historic site via the World Wide Web. View vintage-era photographs of Ellis Island and listen to audio clips from passers-through.
A tremendous room with an awful lot of people and an awful lot of noise, and people from all over, all kinds of countries with all kinds of...
History buffs interested in the people, places, and events that surrounded World War I will love Trenches on the Web. There's photographs from the war, an in-depth timeline, images of the symbols, weapons, and military hardware that made appearances in the war, and a handy reference library that makes it easy to find anything you need on the site. The creators of the site are even open to publishing student work and essays centering on the war. Connect to the site for more information about this publishing opportunity. How did technologies like the internet affect schools? Sites like From Now On seek to answer this question. Drawing upon his experience as a superintendent and a director of technology in leading districts, Jamie McKenzie provides a unique insight into how best to take advantage of internet tools in the K-12 classroom. The latest offerings here include in-depth articles outlining why schools need to be networked to the internet, how students can sort out the good online information from the bad, and how to use web content in your classroom curriculum. And I haven't even scratched the surface of all of the fantastic places you can visit and interact with. The internet is in everyone's future. The foundation it is laying for education and communication will forever change the way we learn. From your school, at your desk, you can tap into global knowledge, where anyone can participate and everyone is equal. Try it, use it. Once you do, you'll never look back. During this tape, we visited lots of internet sites. Here's a recap of those sites, complete with their net addresses. Best of all, you'll find all of these sites listed on the printed card included with this video. Feel free to make photocopies of this card for your viewers.